Do you want to know what people are looking to buy on sites like Poshmark and eBay? Stay tuned because we'll show you what has sold for us in the past week. Hi, I'm Camilla.
And I'm Kang, and we are the 5 Resellers. We sell clothing on eBay and Poshmark, and it's a side hustle for us. We do it part-time, and we want to show you what sold. And then after that, we are going to go into community BOLOs. So let's see what sold between February 26th and March 4th. The first thing that sold for us was this neat little vintage girls prairie dress, and we posted it on Poshmark, and it sold for $15.
Prairie dresses are a big trend right now, and I figured this might be good for someone who wants to dress their little girl up in a prairie dress. And it also just reminded me of something you might use for dress up, like if a little girl is reading like the Laura Ingalls Wilder books, you could, do that too. So just before we go any further, the number that we share when we talk about each item is the amount that the buyer actually paid. So the total amount that they paid. And on Poshmark, that does not include shipping because the shipping goes straight to Poshmark. On eBay, that does include shipping, which then we purchase from eBay. So our numbers on eBay look higher because we charge the buyer shipping, but then we have to buy a shipping label out of that amount. So at the end, we'll share our total net sales. So that's going to be the amount that we actually take home. But it's helpful to know what amount a buyer is willing to pay for this specific item.
Yeah.
Because that will inform the way that you price your item.
Yeah. And I guess it's also worth noting that Poshmark generally has a pretty standard shipping rate anyway. So you kind of have an idea of what the customer is willing to pay. So hopefully these numbers are good for you, and we will give you that net amount so that you have a good idea of what we're making and what we're putting in our pockets. So let's continue. On the 27th, we made a few sales. This first one is Soma, and it's a top lace nightie, and we sold that on eBay for $20.60.
And we love picking up Soma. It sells pretty well for us. It would be considered a bread and butter brand for us, something that consistently sells at a lower amount but can be easily found in the thrift store or just out at garage sales or wherever you source your items for resale.
Yeah. Next is going to be a new with tag loft brown floral dress, and we sold that on eBay, and the buyer paid $28.70.
So if this was a new with tags, just regular loft dress, it might have been able to fetch a little bit more than what we sold it for.
Yeah. Next, we've got a Sophia by Delicates floral nightgown. We sold that on Poshmark for $13.
Yeah, and this was one, I'm not sure that I would pick it up again. It just looked really cute, it looked like a cute nightgown. So I picked it up at the store, but it sat around for a while, and then it sold for just a lower amount than I was expecting originally.
That's all right. We still got a good profit on that. The next one is a Bowden blue feather dress, and we sold that on eBay, and they paid $22.
So this one we had for a really long time because that $22 was with free shipping, and we don't put free shipping on anything anymore. So I'm not sure that I would be very picky with picking up Bowden pieces anymore. This was a jersey knit dress, and I just don't know that those are that in fashion right now, that kind of jersey knit dress.
The next thing we sold is this Mephisto brown flip-flops, and we sold that on eBay for $38.45.
So this was a really good sale. The buyer had messaged me beforehand and was asking for more pictures and things, and I actually accidentally sent them pictures of another pair of flip-flops that we have, but they were gracious and they said, no, I'm asking about the Mephisto one, so that I went back to our storage room and I took the correct pictures, and they bought them about a week later.
Nice.
Yeah.
The next thing we sold, these pair of flats, blue suede by Sam Edelman, and we sold that on eBay for $15.
And I'm not sure that I would pick up these Sam Edelman flats anymore. I have another pair in black, and I've had a couple other kind of, this kind of suede valley flat, and they just stick around and then they don't sell for very much. So I would be very picky about picking them up anymore, only if they were in really, really good condition.
Yeah. We have a few sales on the 28th, and this first one is a purple plaid blazer by Gilda's, and we sold that on Poshmark for $18.
I thought this blazer was just so cool, so I couldn't leave it behind.
It took a little while, didn't it? Anyway, we sold this Escante sheer robe for $20 on eBay.
And this looked like something someone could wear like on their wedding night, so I put that in the description for that one.
This next one was a Chico's piece, a women's denim pinstriped floral embroidery jacket for $20 on Poshmark.
Yeah, and so that one sold with the next item in a bundle, and so that was a pretty good sale with that.
Yeah, the other item is a Bill Blast jean jumper, and so together, they sold for $35. So we split up the pricing of $20 for the Chicos and $15 for the Bill Blast.
And that Bill Blast jumper was called dead stock or new old stock, meaning it was a vintage item, but it still was like new with tags essentially. So it had the tags still on it, which made it more valuable, but I also just thought it was really cute on its own.
Yeah. This other piece on the 28th was a Gap ribbed knit turtleneck sweater. It was quite large to ship out. We sold that on eBay for $26.10.
Yeah, this was a really trendy piece. I feel like I could see someone wearing this, or Zara selling it, or Madewell, or whoever. But it just seemed like something I had been seeing again and again on like TikTok or Instagram influencers type.
The next one was Bob Mackie blazer, and we sold that on Poshmark for $19.
Yeah, that was just an offer that was sent to me, which I like those. I like it when buyers send me offers instead of having to send out offers, because then you don't have to do the shipping discount.
Right. The next one is this All Saints button-up shirt, and we sold that on eBay for $27.
So this is funky because we've had it for a while. We got it in the latest time that we went to Austin, and we sold it, I think, the day after it was originally listed, and then the buyer never paid. And I opened an unpaid item case, and it went for like a month, and I just wasn't really paying attention to it. And then the buyer finally messaged me and said, I didn't realize that I had won. Can I still pay for it? And I said yes, and then they still never paid. So then I finally canceled it and then relisted it, and it sold within the day. It was crazy.
Nice.
So
story of a reseller's life, right?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. It was like a month later. Can I still pay? Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, we're not so aggressive about unpaid cases for whatever reason.
Yeah.
We're just kind of, all right, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so the last item we sold was this Ann Taylor merino wool short sleeve, and we sold that on Poshmark for $15.
Yeah, this one I would not pick up again. We've had it for a really long time, and there was, other than the fact that it was merino wool, there wasn't anything special about it. And I don't think that many people wear these short sleeve sweaters right now. I feel like that was kind of a thing like in the 90s and early 2000s, but not so much anymore.
So moving on to March, we've got a few sales on the first. The first one is this Patagonia women's stretch shorts, and we sold that on Poshmark for $10.
And I might not pick these up again. I wasn't really sure what they were, like if they were bike shorts or if they were just like athletic shorts, how they were supposed to fit, and they just seemed like kind of a low value item in Patagonia, so I couldn't charge that much for them list them for that much.
Yeah. If you know kind of the style that would best describe it, please let us know in the comments. But we really only paid $1 for it, so getting $10 is just fine. The next one we had for sale was Victoria's Secret striped swimsuit, and we sold that on Poshmark for $15.
Yeah, and we like picking up swimsuits. We've had some pretty good luck with them. They don't always sell for a lot, but they seem to consistently sell, and they really don't take up that much room.
Yeah.
And if we're buying from the bins, they're not that expensive, so we like to do that.
Exactly. The next one is this KPC Hippies sweatshirt, and we sold that for $25 on Poshmark, and we've got a pretty interesting story for this one too.
Yeah, so this sweatshirt, I had looked up comps on eBay using the TerraPeak research tool that you get with like a store subscription, and all the other comps were, $10, $8, that sort of thing. And so I almost always list my items for, if it's low, I list it at $19.90. So if it's, even if it's below that, I figure I'll just start it at this price and I can always lower it later. So I had the sweatshirt price for that, and someone came in and offered me $10. And I was waffling with Kang and saying, well, should we just take the $10? It's always better to accept an offer than to decline or counter or whatever. So he was like, no, I think you should, counter. So I countered at $13.50. Okay. Because I felt like
money.
I felt like I wanted to, make it seem like I had, like a worthwhile reason to counter other than, I just didn't want the $10. Well, so anyway, the person never responded to that offer, and like the next day it sells on Poshmark for full asking price. So we were like, ooh, we really dodged a bullet there.
Wow.
We made double our money.
It makes us question the strategy, right? Should we just make the sale or should we hold out?
Yeah, because the next day we were talking about it, because we were like, man, we should have just accepted that sale, because the person never, got back on our counter offer. And then later that night we got the full price sale, and we were like, what were we thinking?
It's just, I don't know, it's just kind of crazy. But in all reality, we should have taken that eBay sale, because sales beget sales is what sometimes what Camilla says. And you should just take the sale, and what is the phrase? A bird in the hand is worth two in the bush, right? And so the price and the profit, the difference, is a few dollars here and there, but the fact of the matter is you're getting rid of inventory, you're making space for other things, and you're making someone happy. And so I think that in the future we're going to try to take more sales like that, but we got lucky this time, so it is what it is.
Yeah. One thing to note on that sweatshirt also is anything that kind of is this sort of style, like something that you might see in a store that also sells like, I don't know, hemp products and stuff like that, like that for us has sold really well. We have had a good track record of selling these kind of hippie style items. So that's something to look out for.
Okay, so next we sold this Buckle Depart West men's Trooper slim fit jeans, and I had a feeling this would sell pretty well and pretty quick, and we sold it on eBay for $28.90.
Yeah, and this was a good sale. I think it was a good pickup. I would definitely pick that up again.
The next one is BCBG Max Azria Women's Silk Chiffon Nova Dress, and we sold that on eBay for $22.85.
Yeah, and this had some like discoloration or fading on the front or on the back. I'm not really sure. I couldn't tell from the pictures.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Anyway, it had some discoloration in the fabric, but it still sold. Usually we don't have very good luck with BCBG Max Azria. I actually bought this dress and sent it in to ThredUp, and then they sent it back to me. So it got listed on eBay, and now it's sold. And probably made us more money than it would have if it had been listed on ThredUp. So,
So sometimes it just works out that way. We get it for $1 and we sold it for $22. So sometimes we just get lucky, I guess.
Yeah.
The next one is these Day Keen board short, and we sold that on eBay for $24.65.
And someone on Poshmark also told me, like someone commented to me that they thought they might be MMA shorts, maybe because they had an adjustable waist. But I don't know anything about that. So if you know anything about MMA shorts or like boxing shorts, I don't remember what exactly they said, but if you see this and you recognize either the brand or what these shorts look like, let us know in the comments if you know anything about the difference between those things.
Yeah, this video is going to be asking you for a lot of your help. Okay, so we made quite a few sales on the second, and the first is going to be these Brooks running shoes, and they're a size 11, so it took a little while to sell, but essentially we got $25 on Poshmark, so good enough.
And they were kind of, torn up at the front a little bit, so they weren't in the best condition, and this person offered me $25, and they had like no attention before that. So when something has no attention and then someone comes out and gives you an offer, it was, I think, 50% off what I had it listed for, but I just took it because I figured it's been, tumbleweeds out here with this listing, so it's time to accept something.
Yeah. Next was this Lucky Brand knitted sleeveless top, and we sold that on eBay for $28.70.
And this sold within the day, the same day that I listed it, which I love accepting offers or making sales the day I list something on eBay, because then I don't have to list it on Poshmark. And we love selling Lucky Brand. That is one of our most consistent sellers. It doesn't sell for a lot, but it always sells.
Okay, so the next one is this Spencer Jeremy silk beaded dress. We sold that on Poshmark for $18.
And this was just so cute. I thought it looked very like Mamma Mia, Grease, summer-esque. So I picked it up, and it was silk, obviously. So that was a pretty good sale for us.
Yeah. Okay, so this next one was Lucky Brand, but it was this navy blue popover blouse, and it only sold for $12.64 on eBay.
That was an auction. I had put a couple things on auction towards the end of February. We're kind of in that in-between phase where our eBay store is too big for the subscription that we have. So at the end of the month, some of our listings we have to pay an insertion fee, which is usually about 20 cents per listing, because we do almost all of our listings buy it now. So towards the end of the month, it makes sense for us to put some things on auction so that we don't have to pay that 20 cents for the listing. So this was one of those items that we had for a while. We knew it wasn't going to sell for a ton of money if it did sell. So we put it on auction, and surprisingly, it got bid up a couple times. We started at $4.99, I think, and it got bid up to, I think it was $7.64 at the end, and then this final number is plus the shipping.
Yeah, we're looking to do a little bit of, I guess, math and a little bit of thinking about when we're gonna move up to the next one, because currently we have 350 listings, and on an average month we list 150 new items, but
we sell about 100 items to 120 items each month, but then we currently in our store have 370 or so listings.
And they have to renew, right? And so that takes up the listings that we have. So 350 goes pretty quick for us now. So we're kind of in that weird in-between phase where we have to consider the next tier up. But yeah, if you have any thoughts on that, please let us know, because we have to do the math on it. We think that currently it just makes sense to just pay a little bit extra, because there's a bit of a gap in which it makes sense to do so. So the next one we sold was a bit of a surprising sale, where we sold this Tory Burch black flats, and we sold it on Poshmark for $35.
And I'm not sure if these sold for this much because they were a larger size. Tory Burch is a sought after brand, and these flats, her shoes and flats, those are especially sought after. But these were pretty beat up. The toes were all scuffed, and then the little medallion on the top was scuffed, but they were a size 12. which I think helped them a lot because I don't think that there are that many size 12 Tory Burch flats out there on marketplaces.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that helped it sell pretty well.
I'll take $35 any day.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
there you go. The next one we have is this Levi's men's 560s. We sold that for $12.10. Here's the story on that.
Okay, so it's really embarrassing. So I always send out offers to buyers on eBay where you can, send an offer to any of the watchers on your item. And I was doing this while, doing something else, and I accidentally sent an offer instead of, usually we had these listed for, I think, $29.90, and I usually send offers for $22 on those types of items. And so I sent an offer for $2, and then the buyer accepted it. So tell them how much we made.
Okay, so the cost of goods for that particular one was $1.73, so not so bad. And we had to pay shipping, so we made $1.04.
I mean, it's not as bad as some of our other things, like, putting auctions on and it's free shipping. Or,
right.
We've made other mistakes where we've been in the negative. So at least it was, a positive profit.
I've told Camilla before, and I'll really say it again. This is not the first time we've made a mistake, and it certainly won't be the last time we make a mistake, and that's okay. And so we're learning, we're just doing this, and we still made $1, so it is what it is. We'll take it. Okay, so this next one was this Jack's corduroy blazer. I really like this blazer, and we sold it for $30 on Poshmark.
Mm-hmm. This was an offer sent to me. We had it listed for 73 days, which is kind of a usual time for us to have it listed, but it didn't get any attention until this buyer sent me an offer. So again, if there's no attention and a buyer sends me an offer, I'll accept it because that's the only person who's expressed any interest in it, you know.
The next one we sold on the 3rd was this hardtail gray striped hoodie. We sold that for $12 on Poshmark.
And this was a sweatshirt that was given to us by Kang's mom. So there was no cost of goods, which made me more willing to take a lower offer on it.
Yeah. The next one we sold were these Sloan gray work pants by Banana Republic, and we sold that for $20 on Poshmark.
This was a full price sale on these work pants, which really surprised me because I have in my Poshmark closet always going a 2 for $20 sale. So anything $20 or under is 2 for $20. And so I always expect when people buy something, see something in my closet for $20, they're going to bundle it with something else to make the whole thing $20. I mean, it's the same price as like buying the one item. She could have gotten something else at the same price.
Yeah.
So I don't know, strange.
Missed out on buy one get one free.
I know. Jeez.
Oh well. This next one was a Kate Spade yellow bubble hem dress, and we sold that for $35.10 on eBay.
And this dress sold within the day, which is the best feeling. Again, because just listed it on eBay, I didn't have to list it on Poshmark, and I was surprised because I couldn't find comps for this exact dress. I could find this dress but in a different color, but this color was so unique that I thought, I don't know. So I was glad that my estimation was correct and there was a buyer out there for it.
Yeah, gotta love it. We had 3 sales on the 4th. The first was this Lululemon sports bra, and we sold that for $18.65 on eBay.
And this one sold pretty quickly. Lululemon always sells pretty quickly for us. These sports bras don't sell for that much, just because they're so kind of flimsy. But a sale is a sale.
Yep. Next one, we sold a Waters light blue bridesmaid's dress. We sold that on Poshmark for $35.
And we got that from a friend, so that was a really good sale because we didn't pay anything for it, and then we sold it for $35.
Thanks, Aubrey.
Yeah.
This last item we sold was this Cheetah Bee gingham dress.
Mhm.
We sold that on Poshmark for $20. I'm a really big fan of this dress. It looks so nice. I'm surprised it sat for so long.
Yeah, it sat for a really long time, which I think maybe was because of the seasonality of it. You know, it's obviously a summer dress. We listed it maybe closer to when summer was ending. So, and I think originally I had it priced too high. So I think that affected it as well.
Yeah, 214 days. But it is what it is. So,
yeah,
worked out just fine.
Mm-hmm.
So those are all of our sales. And so now we're going to go through our numbers. We're going to give you a summary of our week, but also a summary of the entire month of February.
So our numbers for the past week of February 26th through March 4th, we sold a total of 34 items, and our gross revenue, so the total amount that we sold all of these items for, was $741.44. Our cost of goods was $52.76. Our net profit, so after fees, cost of goods, and shipping, was $472.25.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take that any week. We are still trying to grow our business, and we're, just making strides to be consistent. And so I think that from last week to this week, we're pretty consistent.
And then to give you some numbers from February. So in February, we sold a total of 99 items.
Dang, 99. So close to that 100 item mark. But 28 days, if we had just one more day, we could have had at least 100.
Exactly. And our gross revenue was $2,338.83. Our cost of goods, so the total amount that we spent on those 99 items, was $142.27. And our net, so after we take out all the fees, cost of goods, and shipping, was $1,496.04.
Pretty good, I think, especially because we like to keep our cost of goods low. So you saw that we sold 99 items. We only spent $142 on 99 items. And so that kind of gives you a good look at our business model. We're almost 1 year in, and this is very much the beginning stages. Our whole goal is to lower our risk, buy items for cheap, and we sell them for quite a bit more. And so I think that for people who are starting off kind of like us, I think that would be the strategy to go. And as we scale up, we'll probably get higher dollar items so that we can sell them for more.
Yeah, once we have that knowledge base of these higher end items, then it makes more sense to spend more money because we're more confident in our knowledge and research of those brands, those items, that sort of thing, to be able to confidently invest in items to sell.
Yeah. All right, now it's time for community bolos.
Oh yeah. So first we have one from Chelsea Sunshine, and she sold this vintage Stratton Torino tweed coat, and she sold it for $85. And she said that it sold within a day. So she listed it on Friday and sold it on Saturday. So that is a great bolo to be looking for, is that kind of vintage coat.
Yeah, and we really like Chelsea Sunshine. She is very active on YouTube, and she has a great Instagram, so please follow her. She's getting pretty close to 1K subscribers on YouTube, and we're really hoping to help get her there before the end of the month if possible. And she just has a bright presence, right? And I think that her videos are just always on point. She's really great at editing them, and we've got nothing but good things to say about her. So please follow her on Instagram and subscribe to her on YouTube. This next one comes from Chelsea, also known as Monarch Alley, and she sent us this really cool leather blazer, and it gives you this Han Solo vibe, and she really spruced it up with Doc Martens Wonder Balsam, and it just looks so good. And she sold that for $125.
Wow.
Jeez. So she got a really good sale on that, and she's actually got a really neat tutorial on using Doc Martens Wonder Balsam that she recently published. So you should definitely take a look at that. We use it on our leather items, and we have a lot of good things to say, but she gives you a nice little tutorial on how to use that. She also sent us this other bolo where she got this really cool Nintendo Power, I guess it's kind of a magazine, and it's volume 1, and it has this Super Mario 2 and Zelda map poster, and she sold that for over $200. Definitely a bolo if you see Nintendo, Super Mario, and pretty much all of the Nintendo things, right? And if it's vintage, all the better. And she said that she sold it at auction during the summer, but we really wanted to feature it anyway because, you know, you don't come across those very often. So when you see it, you gotta look it up and try to sell it. Follow Chelsea on Instagram and subscribe to her on YouTube. She has got such a great series going on about thrifting on a budget that we really like, and she does a lot of good what sold videos as well. And so she gives you a really good idea about, you know, just the regular life of a reseller too. And she's part-time, so we really relate to that. And so I think that if anything, just follow her. I think that you would really like her content.
So the next community bolo comes from our new friend Tabs over at the Urban Goddess, and she sold this Ninja Air Blaster onesie. It's a base layer and it has a hood, and it's supposed to be, you know, really warm. And she sold that for $40 Canadian.
Well, first of all, look at the design.
Yeah,
I think it's just
pretty
really
cool.
cool. But what is it? It retails for over $100, and it has a really good resale value.
Yeah, and skiing and snowboarding gear in general is just so expensive. So a lot of people are out there looking for it on the used market because it just is too expensive new.
Yeah. So again, our new friends, Tabs, she is just so great. Her energy is just so fun through her YouTube videos. She's also got an Instagram that has a great following. So, you know, all three of these ladies have such great YouTubes and such great Instagram. They are just a great source of inspiration for us because they're doing so well on those platforms.
Well, thanks for joining us for this video. I would really appreciate it if you would consider giving this video a like. It really helps us with YouTube to recommend our video to more people who might want to see this type of reselling content. And if you liked this video and you're interested in learning more about reselling or just following along with our journey, then subscribe to our channel because we will be making these videos weekly, these what sold videos weekly, and then other videos throughout the week like thrift hauls and just tips and tricks and different things about the life of a reseller.
Yeah. Remember, keep that passion burning. We are cheering for you, and we'll see you later.
Bye. Thanks so much for watching. We're so glad to have you in our community. If you're ever interested in something in one of our hauls or in our eBay store or Poshmark closet, send us an email at thephiresellers@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you.